Motivation for me is more than myself. It's something that wakes you up in the morning, something that is a propelling component outside of just a monetary gain.
Colin.
These are the options. Used to be employee. These are the options. I gotta make it to make it. I gotta make it to make it.
So I dropped out of high school at 17 years old to join the military. I was held back twice, never was a massive component for school. I don't know why. I did pretty well in the military. I made staff sergeant at 23 years old. So for me, when I transitioned out of the military and after getting blown up in Afghanistan, transitioned out into becoming one of the largest fitness models in the world, 50 plus magazine covers like Muscle and Fitness, Ironman, traveling the world. At that point, I had my son, and he's 10 years old, Carson, and he was a big pivotal point for me as motivation. Motivation for me is more than myself. It's something that wakes you up in the morning, something that is a propelling component outside of just a monetary gain. And so what I was looking at this point as a liability, what happens if I get into a car accident, anything happens, and as a model, you are your own liability. So I said, I have a lot more to offer than just looks. And so I transitioned into becoming an entrepreneur, saw a market opportunity, even though I knew nothing about manufacturing, even though I knew nothing about business, quote unquote, from formal education. It didn't stop me from being motivated to hold the destiny within myself. I knew that I control what I put my mind to. And so there's so much opportunity out there, a lot of stuff can be, researched, and there's free, I'm not big on books and everything else, but like YouTube, that's been a big component for me. And now I'm in a complete blue ocean, multi-billion dollar industry caps, and we're the largest in this nation within the home decor signage. And we're actually transitioning into federal contracting as well, because that's recession proof. And so motivation for me is my family and my kids, and knowing that I control my own destiny. Yeah, so I'd heard from a few different panelists about goal setting and how important that is. And I'm a really big component of that, looking at short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. Anything that you get involved with should really be considered as one of these 3D. So I'll go through each one of those. And so for me, it's distance, direction, and distractions. I think every business owner has this exact same challenge. And if you can frame your entire mindset around these three core principles, knowing the distance based on a goal set, short, midterm, long term. Short term could be within a quarter, could be within a 12-month or under period. I would say defined midterms as like 1 to 3 year point, and then long term beyond 3 years. At least in my mind, that's kind of my long term. A lot of people would say, oh no, 10 years plus, but that's how I define it. And so anything that I do is predicated on, think of it like a gantry chart, and it's an XY axis. And I look at it as time, effort, energy, reward. So your component on like a Y axis would be your time, versus going up on the X axis would be the amount of stress and effort and energy that's going to go into it. Now, on the Y axis, it would be your reward. So anything that's above a 5 for time, effort, energy, reward, and it's below a 5, it's not worth my time. Is it a distraction from what's going to propel you forward to achieve your ultimate goal? So as a business owner, there's a lot of things that can come in and potentially distract you. I look at distractions as quote unquote opportunities that come knocking on your door. A lot of times, if you don't know what that distance and direction is of your goal, then everything is a distraction. You have to know, where are you trying to take this? Like for me, as the founder of Redline Steel, our core demographic is predominantly women, 40 to 65 plus Christian conservatives, married homeowners. Knowing my core demographic, I can look at it and say, all of these other categories I currently have very little interest into, even if there's a higher yielded return from a reward standpoint. So, because I know what my end goal is in mind. Knowing all of this, knowing the distance that it's going to take, that Redline will be a $1 billion company. We're in a blue ocean, largest skyscraper in the home decor industry. Knowing the direction, knowing my avatar, knowing my product line ascension model, I can now harness this and propel forward without the distractions of shiny object syndrome saying, hey, you could do this, you could do all of these other things, but they don't align with those short, midterm, long-term goals. So again, everything is predicated on those 3 Ds, but really the stepping stones are setting your goals. And then once you have that goal, achieve those 3 Ds, and then look at everything that you do on that XY axis: time, effort, energy, reward, XY axis. And for me, that's been a critical component. Anything that I want to get involved with has to go through that checklist. Joining the military a few days after my 17th birthday, after getting emancipated, it made me grow up extremely fast and made me realize, like, this is the real world. I was very adventurous. I loved taking on new challenges, and I kind of found myself. So from a point of entrepreneurship and the adventure behind it, not knowing what's the next step, that was a big component. That's really something that wakes you up in the morning, kind of that mission first mindset. A lot of people don't realize it, but I volunteered for all 3 of my tours of duty. Volunteering, going from this company to this battalion just to be able to go. So I think having that type of mindset from the military, instilling it into business, not being afraid to take on any challenge, any obstacle, and then leading from the front, that nobody's above it. No matter where you're at in our organization at Redline Steel, nobody's above taking out the trash or anything else. And there's a lot of leadership that I learn from a positive standpoint. And also, I don't want to be like this guy, but I'm glad that I had that experience. So now I know how to become a better leader. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a new episode drops. Also, you can be on the show. If you go to invite.millionairecreator.com, you can apply. It's free, and you may have a chance to be on the show with me, Colin with Colin. Be sure to share this video, and if you do, we may reshare your post. Also, if you enjoy entrepreneurship just like I do, I would encourage you to go to our new website, millionairecreator.com. We have some incredible products, from steel merchandise, canvas, apparel, and education courses, ebooks, and physical books. So guys, millionairecreator.com, check it out for yourself. I know you'll love it, especially for all of those entrepreneurs out there. Think of me as a recruiter, and I'm building an army of millionaires in this Millionaire Creator journey. I'm Colin Wayne, your instructor from Millionaire Creator, and someone that has been to war, that's battle tested, bootstrapping my business to over 150,000 square feet, and the fastest growing company in the state of Alabama. For the first time ever, I'm here to reveal my tactics and strategies that work in today's state, not something that worked years ago. Boot camp starts today. Stop wasting time. Click that link.
Packing that shit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, it's